here's this incisal point contact at 30% of contraction intensity. Great NTI concept. So here's a quick synopsis about the rationale of an NTI and how it does what it does and how you can screw it up. Here's an anterior deprogrammer that's used in the chair. Put it in, Pankey jig looks real simple to that. Tap, tap, tap in the chair. We typically are assuming at night that we want canine rise. So we know when after someone clenches or bites, they grind to the side. If they're wearing a deprogrammer like that and they grind to the side like we expect them to do at night to go to canine rise, it's not unusual for the opposite canine to engage the jig. It's not hard to do. And once they do that, now you've got a canine coupling. You've got circuitry completion through that canine. So clenching intensity can increase on the side of the canine contact. So there's a canine contact way over here after the mandibles move this way. So you have that condyle has been translated, clenching on the same side. It's not comfortable. It happens after 2 or 3 days, so you'll hear some lecturers say, well, you can use a jig, but only temporarily, only for a night or two. Why not 4th, 5th, 6th night? Because pretty soon it takes a man out and goes, ha, found it. Usually takes a couple nights, sometimes right away. So now you've got this new anchor, this new contact for this temporalis to run hot. So that you see they go, oh, geez, I need to modify the deprogrammer. And now it's an enhanced deprogrammer. This was the original design of the NTI devices because it worked for me. I'll boil down to that. It just worked for me. Then I started treating patients and it wasn't working for them. They had really weird symptoms that I couldn't figure it out because I wasn't doing it myself. So I changed my thinking and say, what's a girl got to do to have her feel that way? So once you've removed that, oh, by the way, effect of an NTI inhibitory splint on EMG activity and jaw closing muscles during sleep, the conclusion is a strong and long-lasting inhibition of EMG activity in masseter muscles during sleep was caused by wearing the NTI splint but not the occlusal splint. Isn't it weird? A strong and long-lasting inhibition. Why would they phrase it that way? Why would we talk about a long-lasting inhibition? Because dentistry thinks after you put the splint in, after a while the effect goes away. That's been the legend in TMD. You put in a splint, they feel fine for a week or 3, and all of a sudden they don't feel fine anymore. They habituate to the splint and they get after it. So these authors are like, isn't that weird that it's a long-lasting inhibition? They don't get used to it and they go back up to their 70 or 80% because it's not possible.